Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today it's a little bit different. I'm going to be talking about the new Lawbringer rework that the devs just showed on the Warriors Den live stream, as well as my my personal opinions on it. So I thought it was interesting. So I'm just going to kind of go over what they were, if you guys haven't had a chance to see it yet. Basically, Lawbringer's just getting a bunch of chains added to his current ones. It's kind of what they've done with the last few reworks anyways. So he's getting a heavy chain, which is good. I was wanting that specifically in my video I made. He's also getting a heavy light chain, if I'm not mistaken. They're good changes. He needed the extra combos there for sure. So next thing they changed, his light attacks. So now his lights are all faster. His top light's 400 ms. I can't remember if it was 400 or 500 before, but it's quick. And his side lights are also going to be 500, which is good. But another big thing about that they changed, his side lights are going to be uninterruptible on block. So it's going to be nice, kind of like what Shigoki has right now, where he can continue his chain afterwards. So the reason they did this is because he's having trouble initiating, which if any of you guys play Lawbringer, you guys know it's impossible to initiate. He has no opener. So Lawbringer's only really good part is in the middle to end of his kit, which makes sense. So I'm glad they made that change. They did specify side lights for that, so I don't know if it'll work on top ones. I'm gonna assume not. But anyways, that's a nice change. As far as other changes go, his shove now guarantees a light, and it counts as the second light in his chain. So it lets him go into the finisher, meaning you can either throw a second light after that confirmed one, or you can go straight into the ad mortem, which is really cool. It was hard to get into the ad mortem because you just got that light, you know, if you hit it off the shove, and then you just went into, you know, Swift Justice basically. So it's nice that's a thing though. It's nice having guaranteed damage instead of just miscellaneous random hits if they didn't dodge it, and sometimes they did dodge but still blocked it somehow. It didn't make any sense, but yeah, I'm glad they made that change. Now, a big thing they have changed for all you Lawbringer mains, they do not have shove on block anymore. So that's a big thing. Shove on block was like his biggest defensive tool. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm happy it's out, because shove on block is annoying to go against. You basically, if you don't hit him, he just shoves you and then he's on offense, and it was annoying. It made Lawbringer's turtle. If you watch any of my videos, I do not like to turtle. It's not fun for me personally. But now he doesn't have to, which is freaking great because he has all these different ways to go into his combos, which is fantastic. Now, another thing, his shoves are not guaranteed off of heavies anymore. If he throws a shove out, it's a little bit slower, so the opponent can dodge it. It's still pretty quick though, so I don't think they can punish it, which is good. It's kind of like Vortigers almost, except, you know, not as fast as Vortigers, but you can't really punish it. So I'm cool with that, not a big deal. And that goes for his neutral shove and his shove during combos. So that's a nice thing about it. He can do it pretty much any time and get that free light and then go to his finisher. Now, saying that, his shove, it's still slow. So you kind of want to throw it in there, you know, now and again. You can still try to initiate with it. But you know, you kind of use that at your own discretion there. But he can also use his shove after any heavy, whether it hits, blocks, or misses now. So that's kind of cool. So if you go get someone who's turtling and they're just blocking, you can just throw it in, you know, early if you want to at any point during the combo. You can throw a heavy and get that shove. So that's nice. I like the changes they made as far as giving him more variety. Now, one thing that is throwing me for a loop is all his heavy finishers are unblockable, which is a good thing in a sense. However, it's going to make the Swift Justice finisher not near as satisfying for me personally, because right now, you see in all my videos, I love the Swift Justice finisher. It is so satisfying to hit. However, usually the only reason it hits is because they don't know which way it's coming from, and it's not unblockable. So, you know, usually they'll think, oh, it's just a side heavy coming. Now that it's unblockable, there's no telling, you know, they'll probably just start trying to dodge, which in that case you can guard break into a heavy or something. But Anyways, aside from that though, they gave him a big quality of life improvement, extra combos, you know, attack on, you can keep the chain going during the combos with lights now, even if they block it, which is awesome. So I'm happy about that. Overall, I think it's a good change for him. They did nerf his damage in a few different instances. His heavy finishers no longer do 45. They do 38 on the sides and 40 on the top, I think. But then the top one confirms the Swift Justice finisher now at any point at the end of the combo, which is neat. Which is weird, but that's how they did it. So, but anyways, let me know what you guys think. There's plenty more. There's some stuff I left out. I'll go ahead and just leave a link. Actually, I'll leave the clip of them showing it during the Warriors Den here. Let me know what you guys think. Check it out yourselves. Let me know what y'all are ready for. You know, if y'all are ready for the Raider rework, Lawbringer rework, or just the new hero. I'll let you guys check out the Raider rework separately. Since I don't play Raider much, there's no reason for me to really put it on the channel. But guys, thank you for watching. Enjoy the rest of the video, and I will see you guys in the next one.
Let's get right into it. What are you guys going to present to us first?
Lawbringer, please.
All right, perfect.
Yes.
Selected.
Perfect. Season of the Axe continues, I guess, right?
Yes.
The
versatile weapon becomes more versatile. Is that what we're saying? Is it accurate?
That's exactly the goal, right? Like,
fantastic.
be more versatile. So what are Lawbringer's good things and problems right now? On live, shove on block is a huge problem. It allows Lawbringer to be defensive as he wants, but also means that opponents can basically do no offense because you block fairly freely and you stop their actually good attacks, which are usually the second or third in the chain. So that's a problematic thing on the character. Beyond that, Lawbringer can counterattack, so that's really good without parry options. Can transform into Bombbringer eventually during the 4v4. But cannot initiate, cannot sustain combat, and that's what we want to take a look at and try to fix today, or I guess May 2nd.
Yeah. Next week. Nice.
So let's go through the painful part. Shove on block, removed.
Removed.
That's
completely.
it, gone, out.
Okay, why?
Because everybody wants it.
Okay.
Everybody needs it.
All right.
And
Okay.
even if you don't understand it, it's like, same with Shigoki, we took away the armor, the special armor. Because it stopped all offense in the game. We need the game to be more offense-oriented, so this will help opponents, obviously. So what does Lawbringer get in compensation for this?
Please tell me.
A variety of stuff. Let's start with the new chains. Heavy, heavy, heavy coming. And you see we reach the unblockable finisher as well. That's pretty cool. And we've also got heavy, heavy lights as an option, which is also cool.
All uninterrupted.
That's where it gets a little interesting.
Oh, okay.
So the light attacks now are 500 across the board, except for the top lights, which are 400 on the first and second. Boom. And the side lights are all 500, and the side lights are not interrupted on block. So then
You can really sustain offense this way.
Exactly. The idea being, once you start attacking, you can continue it. You can get maybe your second hit in, and they have to block. If they block, you get to your unblockable finisher.
I'm trying to take as many notes as possible because my performances showed I don't know much, right? So just trying to learn here.
You know, we got a whole season to practice, so that's good.
Jesus.
What's important? There are a bunch of arcane routes to get to the finisher. Sometimes you get unblockable depending how you got there. Sometimes you wouldn't, depending how you got there. We want that to be the big goal of the character. That's why the side lights are not interrupted on block. That's why the top light is pretty quick. All that kind of stuff. So that's what's going on there. Swift Justice finisher. Let's jump around the character a little bit. After any top heavy finisher, or do you want to parry or
Top heavy finisher, right?
yeah. Light. Perfect. So you get that there now, which is pretty cool. Other switch, long arm and impale, impaling charge or parry impale. These can both be interrupted by players in the same way that Shigoki's Demon Embrace or Highlander Caber Toss can be interrupted by players. This is an important thing. We've seen this with those characters be very successful in that the ganking is still effective with Shigoki or Shaman or something like that. But it's a little bit less annoying than it is on live right now where an impale or something like that, or a long arm, basically guarantees death, as all of your teammates hit this victim and they can't do anything, you just die. So here it at least means there's a little more skill involved in that. So that's really cool. I think shove. Shove. Live Lawbringer used to have a weird mix-up where, like, you could throw a light and they couldn't block it, but you could dodge, but the guard break would catch you, so it was this weird, like, thing. It wasn't that good either. So now we're trying to give shove a regular bump reaction, which means that you get the light after it. It is counted as your second light in the chain, so you're seeing him do shove, light, and he can get to his heavy unblockable finisher, which is kind of now the game plan on the offensive side for Lawbringer.
And so when you're bringing these changes to a character, how difficult is it to kind of make sure that you're keeping the identity of the character itself?
So we think that's critical. I mean, like, that's why we talked about at the beginning, like, we think of Lawbringer as a defensive powerhouse. Obviously, I mean, shove and block was the epitome of that, but the parry counters are really the star of the character. The Bombbringer aspect, we keep that, of course, but you see the bit of the attempt to have a mix-up on live, and now we're trying to get that stuff working. So it's really keep the special core of the character, and then bring those aspects that are lacking a little bit. We can maybe talk a little bit, since we're talking about the core of the character, the parry changes. Sorry, we're just going to jump ahead. Francis is going to have to randomly jump all over the place. I'm going to do heavy, and he's going to parry it. Light is still good. Top heavy unblockable against the light is guaranteed, and you get the light repost or light extra hit after that. And the new fun stuff. Make way is now super armored unblockable.
Is that just after the parry, or is that always?
That one's just after the parry.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's pretty cool, and should help with what Lawbringer really wants is that I get my parries and I can do something cool. And in a group fight, when people are trying to mess you up, you can actually be, okay, I parried this guy. I'm not as vulnerable as I used to be against a mess of people. So that's pretty cool.
Do you see his role within like a team or anything evolve, or does it stay relatively similar? I know you talked about keeping the identity of the character, so I would assume that you maybe want to keep.
I think it's going to be fairly similar. You're still going to want to try to gank with a long arm and the occasional impale. I think if you end up getting that parry in your fight, you're going to be able to go, okay, I hit. The light, oh, I'm sorry, parry light goes to your second light. So you can continue the chain. I'll throw a heavy for you. You can.
The which one?
Light. Yep. So parry.
Excellent execution, by the way.
Thank you.
Light riposte can go to your second light in the chain before it could only go to the second heavy in the chain and the first light in the chain. This helps you get a little further into the chain to get to that finisher, of course. Let's jump back to shove real quick because there's some stuff different on that. Shove in the chain now has armor, is now 500 MS. What else does it have? It gives you the free lights, and it can be done after any heavy, on hit, on miss, or on block. And here you see miss, and you got to shove. And you can do it on block, whatever you want. So you can be a bit more creative in what are you going to throw, and really we want to see Lawbringers go, okay, I got a hit, let's throw a second attack of some kind and keep it going.
So as opposed to before where you felt that the character was lacking that opportunity to do something, it was just more standing back, blocking, that was it?
Definitely,
Okay.
Definitely yes. You would get your one free hit from whatever punish, and then you stop.
Okay.
But now we want Lawbringers to keep going through. Is that the long and short of Lawbringer?
Yeah.